Jordan Peele, why are you putting every single black stereotype in this film, bro? This nigga was on his 1950s shit, bro. He's gotta be a spy for the Ku Klux Klan. I know I am gonna say in the next couple minutes no intro, right? But I do need to say something, yeah? If you haven't watched Get Out, skip this video and go watch it right now. It's on BBC iPlayer and Netflix at the time of recording this. If you don't watch Get Out and you just watch this video straight away, you will miss out on a lot of context that I provide in this video. So please, go watch the film first and then come back and watch this vid. Alright, so at the time of recording this right now, it's Black History Month. And you know that I had to make this video for my brothers, bro, so I can't lie, let's just jump straight into it. No intro, no nothing. So we start the scene in the basement. The Armitage family is keeping Chris in. Chris is staring into space as he's tied to his chair, and the TV in front of him starts playing a vid of the teacup the family uses to knock out Chris. And honestly, this nigga Chris is actually weak as fuck, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, he gets domesticated by the white woman. Second of all, he sees all the servants in the family house are black and doesn't even question a single thing. And third of all of the quote-unquote black people talk like they live in the suburbs their whole life. And finally, at that big-ass party that they held, he is literally surrounded by these bleached, snow-white, chalky-ass wiggers, bro. Like, bro, this nigga Chris is actually stupid as fuck. My Negro senses would have been tingling the moment that I seen Georgina and Walter in this big-ass house. Cause unless you're a rapper or something, there ain't no niggas that are affording a house as big as this. And that's the sad reality of it. We switch to Dean getting ready to do the surgery. Jeremy grabs a wheelchair from the operating room so he can bring Chris over for the transplant. But this is where Chris actually starts cooking up a storm. Jeremy unties Chris from the chair and is getting the wheelchair set up so we can put him in that bitch. But Chris wasn't even about to let that slide because he gets up silently somehow, grabs a bocce ball and whoops this nigga in the back of his head. Jeremy falls to the floor and he's squealing like a bitch. He didn't really think that Chris is gonna spin back on him like that. The pull-out game was too tough. Chris hits him in the back of the head again and this nigga is limp. And I can't lie, yeah? All of you lot need to see the double cross that Chris is about to hit. And I'm not talking no applesauce. This nigga Chris used the cotton from the chair to plug his ears. And I can't lie, I'm gonna have to respect Chris for that. Cause this nigga really picked cotton to save his objection! Nah. You really thought I was about to let this scene slide? Hell nah. Cause I got a question to ask to you, Jordan Peele. What is it with the high-tier coonery in this film, fam? You could have really written a whole different way for Chris to escape the house, but you really had this nigga pick cotton to save his life. Not to mention all those skits about slavery you did on the Key and Peele show. Jordan Peele, as a certified Negro from the Negro Association, I'm revoking your black card and I'm giving it to early 2000s Eminem. Only reason I'm not giving it to modern Eminem is because the fuckery this nigga's dropped since 2013. The Marshall Mathers LP2 was straight garbage. Should have thrown all them lyrics in the trash. You know Miles can cook up a better album than that shit, bro. I'm actually being so for real. But we're back at the basement and Chris looks at the deer head on the wall. And first of all, before I even continue, yeah, this family is creepy as fuck. They really have a deer mounted to the wall just to patronize Chris for leaving his mother to die. And this is also why I don't be trusting white people, fam, because they're really using all this deep manipulation tactics just because they can. This whole film is a lesson to all you niggas that are addicted to snow bunnies. Stay away from them, bro. They're pretty much as addictive as cocaine. We switch over to this watch nigga Dean and he's confused on why Jeremy ain't coming back with Chris. So what does this nigga decide to do? He decides to go and investigate. Oh my god, nah man, I can't be asked dealing with you niggas, bro. What do you think this is, Scooby-Doo fam? Why the fuck are you investigating this shit alone as if you couldn't be in potential threat of literally anything? I can't lie, I'm tired of this, let's move on fam. He walks out the operating room, yeah, and he looks to his left, and guess what? He sees nothing. He looks to his right, and guess what? He sees nothing. He turns the other way, and BAM! Chris uses the deer antler to stab Dean straight in his neck. He had this nigga with his mouth wide open, looking like he was getting the most spectacular neck he's ever gotten in his life. Chris pulls it out of him, and he had this nigga walking like a GTA character. Dean pushes a candle to the floor, and it starts setting shit on fire. So we switch to Chris and... Man, why the fuck is this nigga got the most devious face of all time? You got yourself into this situation, nigga, and you're trying to pull a Michael Myers. We switch to upstairs now, and Chris is walking into the kitchen. But little does he know, Jordan is in the kitchen. And look at this bitch's face. She looks shell-shocked. That PTSD from the hypnotist must have hit her quick. She runs into a different room and Chris is all like, fuck, she about to snitch on me. I should've known she wasn't black. He grabs his phone and he tries to walk out the house, but he walks in on Missy. Now Chris knows that Georgina 100% snitched. She's basically one of them. These two get into a staring contest until they both look at the teacup. Should have kept that cotton in your ears, boy. You would have been unbeatable, fam. Missy tries to run for the teacup, but Chris slides it off the table. And now Missy had one chance to keep a family slavery business going. And now that it's gone, she is vexed. Chris looks at her like he's modeling for Vogue magazine, and Missy's looking at him like she's got the fear of God in her eyes. She grabs the knife and stabs Chris through the hand. Damn, bruh. That's tough, I can't lie. My nigga Chris gonna have to hit it with a backhand or something, cause that shit cannot slide. Missy really thinks she's doing something, trying to make sure that the knife rips through his hand, but this nigga just eats it like it's nothing. What? Nah, I can't lie, this nigga's actually mentally insane, bro. Maybe he is the Black Michael Myers. Chris eventually overpowers Missy and stabs her in the eye. And he's trying to walk out the house with a knife still in his hands, bro. Like, I can't lie, at this point you're doing too much, bro. This is like the niggas that think watching Go puts them on a whole nother level than us lowly humans. My nigga, no, you just look weird as hell. He's about to open the door so he can be let free, but Jeremy comes back and starts choking this nigga. And to be honest, this is 100% Chris's fault that he's back here. He really should have hit him with that bocce ball a third time. This nigga really forgot that third time is a charm. I would have been hitting him with that ball and stomped on his head at least 5 times. Would have had this nigga seeing some next to the bottom footage, bro. I swear down. Chris tries to open the door, but Jeremy pushes it shut. And Chris is trying to swing for his legs, but Jeremy just keeps choking him. And while Chris is getting choked out, he tries to open the door again, but Jeremy just closes it shut a second time. Ain't no way, bro. There's just no way, man. When I was watching this, I sat in my seat and I was really thinking, this nigga Chris has sold. He's gonna end up being charcoal black, burning with the rest of this family, ending up like the next Madeline McCann. Chris tries to slam Jeremy into the wall, but that shit didn't work. So he starts counting Mississippi in his head and reaches for the door a final time. And I thought this nigga was genuinely about to get packed up, but peep game, yeah? He opens the door, and while Jeremy's trying to keep it shut, he stabs Jeremy straight in the kneecap. Jeremy screams in pain and drops to the floor limp. This bitch nigga starts squealing again, and Chris turns around and we finally get to see him cook. Jeremy sounds like he's breathing through a fucking straw, yeah? And Chris just kicks this nigga to the floor and stomps on his head until the nigga can't move anymore. Which is what you should have actually done in the first place. And also, how did Jeremy sneak up on Chris like that? He should have been at least knocked unconscious. When did he even get the sneak up on him? Chris steals Jeremy's keys and we switch to Rose eating Fruit Loops and milk separately. Now, I'm not the only one that notices that she doesn't mix the whites with the colors, right? Some crazy next level racism, bro. You don't even like to see colored cereal mixed with milk? She's on her laptop scoping out her next victim, a big buff Negro who plays basketball. Oh my days, man. Jordan Peele, why are you putting every single black stereotype in this film, bro? This nigga was on his 1950s shit, bro. He's gotta be a spy for the Ku Klux Klan. We switched to Chris turning on Jeremy's car so he can just dip out of there. Cause I can't lie, bro, if there was an e-scooter there, I would literally take that just to get the fuck up out of there, bro. You're not ever catching me going back to the house, bro. I'm actually being so honest with you. This nigga turns on his phone and starts calling the police. You know what? I'm gonna let Kochi say this, bro.
Is it dumb? Is it stupid?
Why the fuck would you call the police after you marked off 3 people in the house while the house is burning down? And don't tell me Chris didn't even know that the house was gonna burn, yeah? Because he looked at Dean, pushed the candle on the floor, and saw that shit burning the hospital bed, bro. Chris is trying to hit the jets, but he hits Georgina with the car, which alerts Rose. Now, I've come to a little bit of an epiphany here, right? Because how can she hear what's going on outside? Is she Dolores Madrigal or some shit? Because she's hearing shit from literal miles away. Chris stops the car, yeah? And he's telling himself to leave Georgina behind. But he got flashbacks from when he left his mum to die. So he picks up Georgina and puts her in the car. But Rose comes out of the house with a rifle. Whoa. When did shit have to go this deep, fam? You're really chasing a nigga out of the house with a rifle. She aims the gun at Chris, but Chris is already on the go. She aims the gun down, yeah? And she hits us with the...
Grandma.
Nigga, what? So does that mean that she dated her grandma then? Alright, so I feel like I need to clarify some stuff, yeah? Because this just sounds like a crazy accusation to just put on Rose, right? But let's rewind a bit, okay? So we're back to Chris in the room, right? And he's starting to put all the puzzle pieces together. And one of the biggest puzzle pieces was that he found these pictures underneath Rose's locker or some shit. And those pictures were selfies of her with the people that she dated before. And guess who's in one of those pictures, fam? Georgina. This means that Rose dated Georgina before she turned into one of them slaves. So yeah, there's your clarification. But let's get back to the video. To be honest, this family is checking off every single white stereotype, bro. They're rich, they're racist, and they practice incest, man. We switch to Chris and Georgina in the car, and Georgina wakes up and starts crashing out on Chris. She starts tweaking on him, yeah? And they end up crashing into a tree. Chris wakes up, and Georgina is literally gone off of this world, dead. But he didn't even get any time to process this at all, because Rose just starts spraying that bitch at him. He gets out of the car, and he's trying to hit the jets. But Chris forgot that the groundskeeper's the track star. He runs at poor limping Chris and tackles him straight to the floor. This nigga Walter really thinks that he's Omni-Man or something, bro, because he's trying to crush Chris's skull. I know Omni-Man is pissed as fuck right now. He stole his whole flow.
Word for word, bar for bar.
Chris doesn't even try and fight back, but he grabs his phone instead. He must have remembered the nigga tweaking on him earlier and telling him to get out, because he takes a picture with the flash on and Walter just freezes. Throws harder than this nigga right here. Rose walks up to them and Walter turns around. He asks Rose for the gun and I was thinking, this is it, bro. Chris is getting packed up here. But Walter recognizes injustice, so he shoots Rose in the stomach and she drops to the floor defeated. He looks like he's about to shoot Chris, but he turns the gun on himself and just pulls that trigger. Even when Rose is on the floor like a lost amoeba, she's still trying to reach for the gun. Chris grabs that shit out of the way, no yeet, and Rose tries one final time to trick Chris. She's hitting the white woman manipulation tactic with the whole puppy eyes and shit. But Chris doesn't fall for it, because he's had enough of white women. I know when he gets out of here, yeah, he's putting on his Tinder profile, black woman only. He starts choking her to death, but she starts smiling at him. White people always be on some weird kinky shit, bro, I swear. Chris sees this and for some reason decides to stop. Chris is actually a better man than me, because if I was him, I would have been crushing her windpipe. I would have gotten her to stop breathing like she's in a Carti concert. Everything goes quiet and then the police pull up. And usually this would make me happy to finally see a black nigga getting help from the police. But the way that the situation looks, Chris might actually be cooked here. He puts his hands up because he knows what's about to happen to him. But guess who walks out of the car? It's my nigga Rod! Rod looks at everything going on and he's like, shit! Chris walks to the car and Rod is all like, nigga, I told you not to go in that house. Next time you wanna be dating a bitch, make it a two-man, nigga. I got you, twin. Chris is all like, man, how the fuck you find me? And Rod tells him,
TS motherfucking A. We handle shit.
Shit, I didn't know that TSA had the ability to get police cars. That might be my actual career path in the future, bro. Chris and Rod leave here, and Rose is just on the floor staring at the people who usually help her get out of shit disappear. But before I stop this video, I want to talk about this one scene, alright? So Rod's trying to figure out where the fuck Chris is, because the police ain't even trying to help him, I can't lie. Them niggas laughed at him after he told them the whole story. He calls Chris, and Rose picks up the phone, and just look at her. She's got the most blank face on of all time while she's speaking in so much emotion. Jordan Peele, where do you get these actors, fam? And also, how the hell do you even know that you can do this? Rod is asking Rose all types of questions, and Rod hits her with the,
what cab company did he use to leave?
and she starts sputtering and stammering. She can't even form a sentence. Rod puts her on hold and is just like,
lying bitch. She is lying like a mother.
so he gets another device so he can start recording the convo that they're having. He takes her off of hold and tells her that he knows about the hypnotizing. But Rose just switches up. She hit Rod with the,
I know you think about fucking me, Rod.
and Rod goes ballistic. She got him swearing so hard that he hangs up the call. And I can't lie, I think that's why I'm gonna cut off the video from here, you lot. Peace.
Ay, I walk around like that nigga. Finger on the trigger. If a nigga wants some smoke, I let this chopper eat his liver. I came with the 38, I'm leaving with a body. If he try me doing sloppy, shooting out the big body. I walk around like that nigga. Finger on the trigger. If a nigga wants some smoke, I let this chopper eat his liver. I came with the 38, I'm leaving with a body. If he try me doing sloppy, shooting out the big body. Ay, pop